You feel the vibe is contagious. Look in your eyes, shit is dangerous. Grateful I had all the patience.
Hi guys, so I'm back with a story time. I know I haven't posted a video in about 2-3 months. I don't know how long it's been. Just really haven't known what to talk about, and I was still in a very down stage, just trying to figure out life, and I'm gonna make a video on that today as well. But right now, this is a story time about my new job and just my experience there so far. So let's start off just telling what my job is. So I work for a security company, and my job title is door staffed. So I work at a residential building. It is my job to, greet people when they come home, greet them when they're exiting. If they get locked out their unit, to let them in their unit. If they have guests, to notify them that they have guests and to send their guests up. If they get food deliveries, notify them that their food deliveries here and make sure that it's okay to send them up. Yeah, pretty much. Just make sure that it's a pleasant experience, doing like a little task, the little task that I just listed. So this is kind of new for me. It's still customer service because, I have to be welcoming and pleasant and all of those good things. But it's just new because it's a little more of a servicing job, in my opinion. Sorry, I'm like playing with this thing. I know y'all can hear that. But it's a little more servicing, in my opinion. But let me tell you about my two experiences. So the first experience was I was on the phone. I was attempting to call a resident who had food delivered. The delivery person only knew their name and not their unit number. And in our system, it's set up for us to enter the unit number. So I typed in the name and I called the unit that popped up. The delivery person was a little confused. I'm on the phone with the person trying to talk to the delivery person, and I'm also typing what's going on because, we have to document things. So a gentleman is walking out of the building and he has two small bags. Let's say grocery bags, two regular sized plastic bags, a bag you'll get from Walgreens. And he gets to the door and he stops and looks at me and asks me to open the door for him. I was completely shocked that he asked me to open the door for him because for many reasons. One, I was in the middle of doing three things: on the phone, talking to someone in front of me, and typing. Also, I was confused because he had two small bags, and I just don't see why he couldn't open the door himself. It was a door that if you push it, like you can push it with your shoulder, the door would open. There was also a handicap button that you could have pressed to let the door open. You could have also put both bags in your hand and push the door with your hand. There was just so many things that could have been done differently. And some people may be thinking like, well, that's a part of your job, is to make it a pleasant experience. But for me, yes, it's a pleasant experience, but we're all human. And I just think that some of the things that people ask for and expect is just too much. Like, I'm a door staff. I'm not a maid. I'm not your personal, personal worker to walk behind you and anything that falls to pick it up and open doors for you. Like, yes, it's common courtesy. Now, if I was standing right next to the door, okay, cool, open the door for you. I see you got things in your hand. Even if you don't have anything in your hand, I'm standing next to the door doing nothing. I can open the door. But I'm literally sitting down doing three other things, and I'm talking to someone and you rudely interrupt and have me come open the door for you. And I opened the door like an idiot. And I was just so surprised. I was just very surprised that he even asked that. But okay. And let me know if I'm wrong. I'm trying to give you as much details of the story so you could, know how it went, so you can give your opinion on it. That was the first incident. The second incident was a lady who, she's a pretty cool lady. That was my first time meeting her. But, we were talking. She was saying how the weather is outside and, how she's visiting, and just regular conversations, cool, laughter, talking, all of that. Someone's dog had did a number 2 in the lobby and they didn't pick it up. She had walked past it and saw it, before she started talking to us. And no, actually, that's wrong. So that was my second time encountering her. The first time I was talking to her and I said that we were laughing and stuff, that's when I first talked to her. She went upstairs to whoever unit she was visiting, and when she came back down, that's when she just saw the dog stuff that was in the lobby. So she says, wow, people just let their dog use it and leave it, really? Like, that's so rude. Like, pick up your dog stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I know people do it all the time, trying to like brush it off, like, because I don't really want to talk about anybody, especially to another resident or visitor. So I'm like, yeah, people do it all the time. It's not the best thing. I don't understand why they won't pick up behind their dog, but hey, whatever. Laughed it off, cool. And she's like, yeah, that's kind of bogus. They just leave it for the help to clean up. I wish you could have saw my face in the moment. I was like, the help? I am not sure who you're talking about, ma'am. So the lady, the person who was working next to me, she like made a face. She changed her facial expression and she was like, the help, like, you need to fix that real fast. And then the lady was like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys, like, switched it up. That makes it even worse, but okay. And that just goes to show me like how people value people who work these type of jobs, like customer service or maintenance, janitors. Like, that word choice was just not the best. You could have used 1,000 other words to describe the workers instead of the help. And I know that she didn't mean any harm, which kind of makes it a little worse, because it's just like your mind is like, you can't help but to say things like that. It just came out so naturally. And it was a little offensive, a lot of offensive. And that was just like the first time that, no, that's a lie. That's not the first time that I've experienced something like that. As far as the word choice, yes, but actions, it's not the first time I've experienced something like that. But I was just shocked for those 2 experiences. And there has been so many more. But when she called me to help, I was just thinking like, I need to quit this job because I ain't nobody damn help. Like, and not to down anybody who's making a career out of this, or if they work for the security company and love to do door staff, like, that's cool. That's what you choose to do with your life, no problem. I'm just working the job until I get done with school, because that's just not the path that I want for my life. But regardless, if I was working that job for 2 days, a day, or if I've never even worked that job, I would never refer to anyone as the help. There's just so many. That's just so rude and disrespectful to me, honestly, in my opinion. Like, I don't know what era you're living in or what, but that's not cool. That's not okay. And I was just shocked. Like, I was really shocked. But you guys tell me how you feel about those 2 situations. Do you think it was cool for, her to say he expects the help to clean it up? And was that guy wrong for not opening the door on his own? Like, do you think that I should have just got up, stopped what I was doing? Like, do you see a problem with that? Got up and opened the door for him. And I promise y'all, it was not big bags. It was nothing that he literally could have pushed his shoulder into the door and the door would have opened. He wouldn't have dropped a bag. Nothing would have happened. But yeah, comment down below. I do have 2 more story times for you guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop this one and let me know what you think. Bye, I'll see you next time.
Can you focus on